Gossip. So you're going to make G's with both hands, and they're going to be like little mouths, like talking to each other. So you're going to move them up and down like this, and then you're going to move your arms in a circular motion. So for me, I'm moving toward my non-dominant side first and then back toward me. Gossip. Gossip. So for the word nag, there might be a couple of variations depending on how you're wanting to use the word. Now the first one is this, nag, meaning to bother, to pick on, to disturb somebody over and over again. And then the second one is like to preach to somebody. Now this isn't like preaching like in a church, it's more like you're nagging at them, like telling them what to do, like preaching to them, right? So those are two variations that you might see interpreted with the word nag. The first one is going to be your non-dominant index finger like this, and then your dominant hand, you're just going to have your thumb and index finger touching together, and then you're going to go down and then out on the side of your non-dominant finger. Nag. Don't forget your facial expressions. Nag. Now, the second one that I showed you was like to preach to somebody, right? So in a way that's nagging, bothering them, preach. So you're going to make an F with your dominant hand and then just hold it up in the air and then go down like this. Nag. So again, we have nag and nag. Behave. So both of your hands are going to be in almost a B shape, but not quite a B shape. So they're going to have your thumb just kind of next to your fingers. So almost a B shape, but not quite. So it's going to be right about here. Behave. And the rest of your fingers are going to be closed together and go back and forth. Behave. I am right-handed, so I'm going to start out by going toward my left. So I'm going to start going toward my non-dominant side and then back. Behave. Behave. The word cheat has many different variations and also many different regional variations as well. As I've seen some here in Memphis where I live, I may not see on the internet or in books because they're regionally based. What I'm going to show you today are things that you can kind of find out and about in books or online resources as well. So the first sign for cheat that I'm going to show you is both of your hands will have the horn hand shape with the index finger and pinky sticking out. Then your non-dominant arm is going to cross over your body like this, and your dominant arm is going to move in a downward motion, swiping against your non-dominant arm, okay? So your dominant hand is going to swipe against your non-dominant arm. Cheat. Cheat. Now, a variation of that you might see is your non-dominant arm just kind of right here on your body, and your dominant hand with your index finger going down in that same type of hand motion. Cheat. You may see that same sign with the horns on the non-dominant hand and then with your dominant hand with the index finger in that same motion. Just wanted to show you some different variations that you might see as well. Another sign for cheat that you might see, which even itself has a couple of different variations like I just showed you with the other one previously, is going to be cheat like this. So your dominant hand is in a 3 and your non-dominant hand is kind of in a B shape a little bit, and then you're going to like straddle your middle and index finger like this. Cheat. Cheat. Or you might see it where your hand, your non-dominant hand is turned a little bit like this. Cheat. So cheat, cheat. See it like that as well. You're just going to move your hand, your dominant hand, a couple of times. So you're going to either do this, cheat, or cheat. Have your hand turned a little bit like that. So those are just some of the variations that you might see for the word cheat. Fool. So this sign for a fool means to fool somebody, or to like play a trick on them. To fool somebody. Your non-dominant hand is going to have the index finger up, dominant hand in a fist, and it's like you're going to knock on it and then come back. To fool somebody. To fool somebody. Escape or evacuate. You can use the same sign for both of those words. Evacuate or escape. Your non-dominant hand is going to be just kind of in a closed five, or loosely closed five like this. Dominant hand with your index finger, you're going to put it here between your non-dominant index and middle finger. And then when you sign the word, you're going to move your dominant hand out from in between those two fingers. Escape, evacuate. Just in this quick, solid motion. Escape or evacuate. Lie, or to not tell the truth. So for this sign, you're going to have your hand, dominant hand bent, and you're just going to go right here across your chin, lie, and swipe over to the opposite side. Lie. Lie. Absent. So with your non-dominant hand, you're going to have a 5, and then your middle finger is going to be sticking down just a little bit. And then with your dominant hand, with your index or pointer finger, make a 1, and then you're going to swipe against that middle finger and then go back like that, okay? Absent. Absent. Steal. So with your non-dominant hand, it's going to be right here in front of you, flat. And then with your right or dominant hand, make a V or a 2, and you're going to put it right here at the elbow. And as you move forward, you're going to move and transition into the bent 2 or X's. Steal. Steal. Procrastinate. So with this sign, it means to delay or put off into the future. So make 2 F's or 9s and have them like this right in front of you where your fingers are pointing out forward. Your dominant hand is going to be more on top, and then you just go up and extend over out in front of you. Procrastinate. Procrastinate. Argue. So with your pointer fingers pointing at each other, you might see them going up and down together like this for argue, or you might see it like this, alternating, argue. Argue or argue. Damage. So you're going to have both of your hands in 5s, and you're going to come back with your dominant hand, and then as you come back forward, you're going to close into fist, or almost like A shapes. Damage. Damage.